probably should not have wet the eye. That could be an issue. So I have to be real careful with whatever paint I put on here. The last time I did this, I went around the eye, so we didn't get any color in there. If that happens, it can be fixed later by painting white or whatever over the top of it. It does end up having a different look though when you do that. Okay, the reason why I added the little bit of green, let's see what this is here. This is emerald green, is we have this green canyon over here. So we're gonna want a little bit, maybe, you don't have to, but put a little bit of that green in there with the brown. Okay, we're gonna get that in there. So you may not even notice it, but there's some green, like the reflection in there. Just want a little bit. Overdo it, it's really going to ruin the thing, but just here to show that that helps to establish this eagle's peak within this environment that has that color there. Because even though we don't notice it in everyday life, if you really look at things, you can see colors reflecting in colors. And as things get further in the distance on planet Earth, there's more atmosphere between you and the object, so it becomes bluer, which is why this is changing here. Okay, so I think that's enough to help us to understand that yes, it is part of that. It's not just been cut and pasted on there. This can't be just brown. Sorry, I don't have the palette showing right now. The whole thing about videotaping this stuff is it's a really big chore, and you have to have a nice setup that's ready to go, but you have to think about video while you're trying to paint, and sometimes you just don't want to deal with that. You just want to focus on what the heck are you doing here with the paint. It's doable, but I would rather not worry about it. I'm happy later that I did videotape it, so there's a history of the artwork and it shows how it was done. But sometimes I'm good with doing it, sometimes it's like, nah, I ain't doing it. Okay, we're gonna add, this video cannot go on for 20 minutes, so we're gonna get over here with some orange that's got the brown in it. This is nice here around the eye. And then we've got the yellow of the beak. We got to add that, but we don't want it to be orange. Okay, this here could be a little bit because there's a shadow, and color could change. In fact, that might be kind of striking if we leave that little bit of orange there. But we have this yellow here. I definitely want a hard white line here so that this sharp beak is just standing out from the dark, stormy or cloudy sky behind. So I've got to understand that while I'm doing this. Even if you mess up, you can add the white later, right? So like, that's a little too harsh. It's better to go lighter, and then later you can do the same thing again with the same color and darken it. Because if it's too dark from the get-go and then you try to lighten it, you have to like add white acrylic paint, and it doesn't have that washed look, which is part of the beauty of the whole thing. So there's still more work to do, but it does feel like the video can't just keep going on with this, but get an idea of what's happening tonight.